Jazzcast Pros.
As we enter the holiday season, many of us feel the weight of sentimental clutter, especially when our stuff is tied to holiday memories. And sometimes it's about sparing our loved ones from sorting through these things down the road and knowing when to let go. This season, I'm sharing simple ways to honor our holiday keepsakes without letting them take over. Let's make space for the memories, not the mess. It's about holding close what matters most and letting go without guilt. So grab a cup of hot cocoa and let's get ready to mindfully declutter and make the most of this season. Welcome to the Declutter Empress Radio Podcast, a podcast to help you create a functional space wherever you roam. I am your host, Daria, and today we will discuss how to make your home your oasis. Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to another episode of Declutter Empress Radio. My name is Daria. How we doing out there? This episode is inspired by the gentle art of Swedish death cleaning. It airs on Peacock, and it features a professional organizer, an interior decorator, and a psychologist. There was an episode that featured a woman named Shanna that struck me deeply. Shanna was bravely fighting cancer, and she shared that she didn't want her friends and family burdened with sorting through her things after she was gone. She said one of the last things she wanted was a big truck backing up to her driveway. Can you imagine? And her loved ones having to go through everything. Shanna's house wasn't especially cluttered, but she did need help deciding what to keep and what to let go while she still could. So the organizer on the show asked her about specific items, and it really helped her to sort through things that she wanted to keep and things that she should give away. And reflecting on Shanna's story made me think about sentimental clutter. And I've talked about this in a prior episode, and I will link it in the show notes. It's especially at this time of year when we're surrounded by family, nostalgia, and holiday traditions that we start pulling out the Christmas decorations and old Christmas cards. It's easy to feel connected to every item we touch. And sentimental items can really be emotional. It could get you in your feelings, because I do recall a time when my dad passed away many years ago, and we had to sort through looking not only for important documents, but also through all the junk he had, his clothes, his suits. My daddy loved to wear fancy suits and hats, and we had to sort through that stuff, and it was not easy because while we were preparing for the funeral and all of that, we had to sort through those things. And that's one of the last things you want to do, is to leave your family with a bunch of stuff at the time of your death when they should be celebrating your homegoing or whatnot. Now, some of these things can bring you joy when we pull out the Christmas decorations and old cards, but they can also weigh us down. So instead of just packing everything away again, why not celebrate and share these items? Here are some ways I think we can do this, and maybe they'll spark some ideas for you too. For instance, holiday cards are wonderful to repurpose. I love stringing my favorites on a garland and hanging them on the fridge as extra decor, or even cutting out the front of a card if it doesn't have any personal writing or greetings, and gluing it to a piece of cardstock or construction paper for a unique reusable gift tag or decoration. Now, this is a great activity to do with not only friends, but family members. If you have kids, this can add to the fun, and you're also adding a little creativity to the holiday prep as well. For ornaments, I like to tuck older ones deeper inside of the Christmas tree and place newer ones towards the front. So the older ones, they'll still glow with the lights, and this will add depth and keep them part of the tradition without crowding out your newer memories. So if you have, those tacky Christmas ornaments that we made as kids, and your kids may have some of those, and you're like, okay, I want to keep this for you. Yes, we'll hang it on the tree, but how about we put it deep inside of the tree and it'll look real pretty, sparkling. I think that's really cute, and they won't feel bad either. Now, if you're sorting through a lot, try limiting your keepsakes to maybe a single storage box, something like the size of a banker's box. And remind yourself that you can keep a lot of things, but not everything. Holding on to a few meaningful pieces is enough. Keeping everything can sometimes come from a scarcity mindset. And I used to struggle with this myself. Growing up, I had a fear of lack. So I kept a lot, even though it became overwhelming, because my grandmother used to say that my room, my sister and I, we used to share a room, that it looked like Toys R Us. It looked like a toy store. We had so much. And a lot of the toys we kept until our adulthood. So as we prepare for this season, I want you to think about holding on to what you love most. Find ways to reuse items and let go of what no longer serves you. So here's a quick summary as you're going through the basement or the attic or even the outside storage, as you're picking up those totes, those Sterilite Rubbermaid totes. Here is a summary of how to let go of Christmas decorations. You can organize this as you're putting those pretty decorations and those tacky decorations on your Christmas tree. The first one, set limits. Choose a single storage box, like I said earlier, a banker's box, to keep decorations that truly mean something to you. If it doesn't fit, consider whether it's worth keeping. The second thing, keep the favorites. Only keep those items that bring you joy or have a special memory attached. If you don't feel a connection to a Christmas decoration, it's okay to let it go. It really is. Third thing, repurpose where possible. Now, before throwing anything away, consider if it could be reused. Old ornaments can be used in wreaths. They could be used in string garlands or even gifted to others with a sentimental note. And the fourth thing, gift to friends and family. Now, I'm going to tell you, just recently, I gave to my sister a sewn Santa Claus and snowman that was in my storage closet. It was the last of the Christmas box that I had. And I took a picture of it. I sent her a picture and I asked her, do you want these? Because we have photos of both of us enjoying these two items. And of course, she was freaked out by it. She's like, are you throwing that away? I'm like, well, I considered donating it or giving it as a gift to someone who has a little one, but I thought I'd ask you first. And so she took it and I'm like, here you go. I've got the memories. Now it's yours. So offer special decorations to loved ones first. They may appreciate the memories or have their own connection to them. And the last thing, donate. Now, many charities or thrift stores, they do accept holiday items. And by the time you hear this episode, it could be a little late. You may want to consider doing this like maybe in the earlier part of the year, but you never know. Consider donating pieces in good condition. If you have some broken ornaments that are just no good, unless you're a master craftsperson and you know how to glue it seamlessly, just throw it away. Just toss it, because whatever you're giving away that's in great condition, good condition, they'll bring joy to someone else's home. Now, I will say that there was an episode that I had about Goodwill don't want your they don't want it because they've got an overflow. But there is an organization that actually lists different organizations that accept donations, whether it be clothes or even Christmas gifts or holiday gifts. And it's called findhelp.org. So if you go to that website and just search decorations or donating holiday, Christmas decorations, it'll give you a list of organizations where you can give in your own community and around the country. So I will make note of that also in the show notes. And the very last thing, let go without guilt. Remind yourself constantly that memories aren't in the items, they're in the experiences. So letting go doesn't mean forgetting the special moments attached to those decorations. It's all in the memory. And especially, I am a big advocate of taking pictures still. Take those pictures. Or even make a voice memo and attach the voice memo to the picture, the voiceover to the picture. So as you're looking back, you can know when and where and how you were feeling about that picture. And if you need to let it go, write a letter to your things. Write a letter to that special ornament. Write a letter to that special arts and crafts ornament that you did in school. And express how you feel. Because you could say something like, "Dear glass ornament," with a bunch of scrap paper inserted inside with a bow on it. "It always brought me great joy to hang you on my tree because I knew that Santa was coming and I knew that it was a special moment for all of my family and friends to be together. But now that I am all grown up, or my life is so full, or you have brought me so much joy, I am so happy to bless someone else to have this special ornament." Or even if it's a doll, a toy, or anything that brought you joy, write a letter to it and then let it go. I hope these tips are easy for you to apply as they simplify our holiday decorations. And until next time, 'tis the season, grab a cup of hot cocoa, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Declutter Empress Radio podcast. My name is Daria. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend, a family member, or anyone who you think would benefit from listening to this podcast. Feel free to leave a rating or a comment. I would love to hear from you.